can also keep you alive as they kill you and then suck all the money out of you. And the average doctor's unaware of this, though more and more of them that I talk to are aware of it because of decompartmentalization. So I kind of went off on a rant on that front. That's coming up in the third hour today. But why don't we get a test to find out why everybody's getting neurological disorders, Guillain-Barré, narcolepsy, massive increases in epilepsy, Alzheimer's-type spectrum diseases, autism spectrum diseases. Why are they opening neurology clinics everywhere? Because we're being killed. We're being brain damaged. We're being assaulted. We're being murdered. Again, I don't want everywhere I go, race for the cure, give money, go to a restaurant, go to a, you name it, grocery store, anywhere. They push, give money for breast cancer, give money for breast cancer. Well, why aren't you? Well, if you had an organization out there trying to find out why everybody's getting it and trying to prevent it, if you had an anti-smoking campaign that was private, I'd give to that. If you had an anti-GMO campaign, I'd give to it, and I have. If you had a campaign to get glyphosate out of the water, I'd do it. If you had a campaign to get fluoride out of the water, I'd do it. These are major things we can mitigate now. Hydrofluorosilicic acid or fluoride, Harvard study. You drink it as a child for 5 years, 10-point IQ reduction on average. You can have up to a 21-point reduction if you drink it from birth up and through life. Massive cancer, 7-fold increase in bone cancer. Don't believe me? Type in fluoride, 7-fold increase bone cancer. You'll get Associated Press right now. That's not Alex Jones. That's admitted. They even tell you what they're doing. I want the fluoride out right now. I want to cease using glyphosates from the same folks that brought us Agent Orange. Glyphosate is basically liquid plant estrogen that does the same thing in humans. Men, do you like prostate cancer? Up massively. Women, do you like breast cancer? Because, you know, we know what the main accelerant is of hormone-based tissue cancers. That's your ovaries, that's your uterus, that's your breast, that's your cervix, that's your vagina in women. In men, it's your breast. You've got breast tissue in there as well. Men are starting to get breast cancer. You've got the same basic system, which is a lot smaller than women. You don't have the milk-producing enzymes and things, but you've got some breast tissue. Men are getting breast cancer. Men are getting testicular cancer at record levels. Men are getting cancer of the prostate off the chart. Everybody knows that. I saw a number just a few weeks ago out of a medical journal that in black men above the age of 55 in just a decade, a doubling, and they already had double the white rate of prostate cancer. Look it up. Black men are just, it's incredible. And you know why? Because you cross a bunch of estrogen with somebody with high testosterone, and blacks have higher testosterone on average. Scientific fact. It's a death sentence. Why do blacks have such high blood pressure? Why do they have such high cancer rates? But everybody's going up. Oh, but don't worry, everybody's going to get to share in this. It's just that it's really hitting black people hard. Now, blacks aren't hit as hard by diabetes like Hispanics. Hispanics' genetic makeup cannot handle it. Cannot handle all this high fructose corn syrup is a death sentence. Fluoride's a death sentence. Eat your pancreas. See, it hits everybody different ways, ladies and gentlemen. Whites are having higher levels of neurological disorders. Hits the brain harder. There are differences. It's just like a breed of dog. You know, this breed of dog can't handle this. That breed of dog can't handle that. But they're all dogs at the end of the day. They can all breed. They're all basically the same. They all got red blood, but they're different. But overall, we're all in the same boat together getting killed. Now, when we come back, Dutch authorities identify a highly contagious bird flu strain. Surgeon who contracted Ebola virus in Sierra Leone dies at Nebraska hospital. Microsoft hires Dalek-style Robocops to guard Silicon Valley HQ. In Ferguson, tactics set for grand jury decision in the Michael Brown case. Obama quietly meets with him. Says stay the course, trying to hype things up. Navy vet labeled terrorist for posting images of DHS vehicles in Missouri. DHS visits his workplace, gets him fired. Shame on that place for doing that. Hacker group Anonymous publishes names of Ferguson KKK members. Saudi prince paid 9/11 pilots to fly. Daily Mail. Chicago schools teaching anal sex to 5th graders. Confirmed. Why did Vladimir Putin leave the G20? And shock info on Obamacare.
The human body is extraordinary. Despite all the stresses we inflict upon it, it still works hard to stay in balance. Thousands upon thousands of people rely upon Heart and Body Extract to help their body stay balanced. This excellent 100% natural herbal formula helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels, cleans arteries, promotes good circulation, balances cholesterol, and more. HB Extract, paired with healthy lifestyle choices like good nutrition and exercise, can give you a life free of pain, sickness, and fear. Recapture your youthful vitality and experience your body healing itself with the aid of HB Extract. It's extremely effective and it starts working in just days. Visit hbextract.com to learn more and to read scores of testimonials from satisfied customers. And we've never increased our price in over 10 years. That makes Heart and Body Extract as great a value now as it was the first day we sold it. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Call 866-295-5305 or go to hbextract.com.
We all have our own idea about what being safe and secure means. The door's locked, bills are paid, you've got a job that keeps the lights on, and a home to call your own. But what happens when Mother Nature throws a curveball?
I'm telling you to take cover.
Are you prepared to live without electricity or passable roads for weeks at a time? Do you even have a plan B? If you do, are you willing to bet your life on it?
Children left with no homes.
And no one's coming to help them.
The first step towards self-reliance in the face of disaster is a visit to MyPatriotSupply.com. There you'll find the absolute best prices on storable foods, non-GMO seeds, emergency water filtration devices, and so much more. All orders over $49 qualify for free shipping in the lower 48 states. Call 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927 and speak to one of our preparedness advisors today. Or visit us at MyPatriotSupply.com. Remember, before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness. The phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it. And that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.
Hey, Boomer! I learned in school today that 60% of our bodies are made of water. Good thing we have the Berkey system. It's the cleanest, best water ever. Mom says it's because the Berkey's filtration system cleans out the bad stuff and leaves only pure, delicious water. I know, right? You love it too. Yeah, I'm thirsty too. Let's go get some. Get Berkey Clean Water by calling 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653. Or visit GoBerkey.com.
Are you ready to surrender your right to buy body armor? No joke. Congress is now trying to outlaw civilian body armor. And if House Bill H.R. 5344 becomes law, you can kiss your right to protect yourself against rifle bullets goodbye. Don't put off your body armor purchase any longer. Go now to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Thousands of military veterans trust their lives to Infidel Body Armor. You should too. Spelled INFIDEL. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central, we're here live. You're tuned into the Monday edition. Coming up at the middle of the next hour, we're going to talk to our reporters in Ferguson, Missouri, Joe Biggs and Jakari Jackson, on what could be the eve of the announcement as police departments across the U.S. brace for what they believe could be L.A.-style riots if the hype on Facebook and Twitter and the rest of the internet is accurate and can be believed. So that's coming up. I intend to open the phones up as I did yesterday and take a lot of phone calls. I think we did a great job yesterday taking about 20 phone calls. We're going to do that again today, but I'll give that number out at the start of the next segment. There is so much to break down. But first off, from Barack Obama's own words, shock flashback. Obama says illegal immigration hurts blue-collar Americans, strains welfare. Now, you need to understand, folks, it's the Republican rhino blue blood leadership that used to be bigger on open borders than even Democrats. Because Democrats had a lot of blue-collar workers across the U.S. I don't care if they were black, white, Hispanic, who understood that a bunch of people influxing would drive down their wages. Like Ross Perot said, a giant sucking sound. Well, how about you bring the giant sucking sound here? But the bigger issue is, can the president just by fiat, outside of law, do this? And the answer is no. It is impeachable, and even mainline Krauthammer has now said it. And that's big because Rupert Murdoch has instructed News Corps folks. I've talked to News Corps insiders. I know a bunch of them. They've been told, back off Obama. They can attack him. They can mess with him for ratings, but don't actually try to bring him down. Don't talk about impeachment, and don't criticize the Republican leadership. Well, to have Krauthammer come out last week, in fact, cue that up after this clip, is a big deal. Believe me, because Krauthammer is very respected and very, very smart. Huffington Post, Charles Krauthammer calls potential Obama immigration action an impeachable offense. No, it's not, you know, potential. It is. Obama is planning to do it. He's already done it by fiat. It is impeachable. It's beyond impeachable. You've got to impeach, as Krauthammer says, or you endorse lawless criminal executive branch. And Katie barred the door. Let's go ahead and play this clip from Obama's own mouth from the book on tape, The Audacity of Total BS. Excuse me, The Audacity of Hope. Here it is.
There's no denying that many blacks share the same anxieties as many whites about the wave of illegal immigration flooding our southern border. The number of immigrants added to the labor force every year is of a magnitude not seen in this country for over a century. If this huge influx of mostly low-skilled workers provides some benefits to the economy as a whole, it also threatens to depress further the wages of blue-collar Americans and puts strains on an already overburdened safety net.
Let's play that clip one more time from the Lord and Savior who said he wouldn't come after the guns. It would cut your health care costs in half. The power of a phone bill is 2 + 2 does equal 4. Everything he said, he went back on to a level never before seen by a politician in this country. Here it is.
There's no denying that many blacks share the same anxieties as many whites about the wave of illegal immigration flooding our southern border. The number of immigrants added to the labor force every year is of a magnitude not seen in this country for over a century. If this huge influx of mostly low-skilled workers provides some benefits to the economy as a whole, it also threatens to depress further the wages of blue-collar Americans and puts strains on an already overburdened safety net.
Well, I think Michael Schneider at Infowars.com says it well in his article. Obamacare equals a death panel for the economy. Did you know that some Americans are being hit with health insurance rates increases of more than 500%? That's impeachable. And then meanwhile, Obama is set, sometime this week they're now saying, to announce the blanket total amnesty and that any kid in the world can get amnesty status as a refugee. That means the government will pay for them. I mean, this will bring the country down. And by the way, the influx is about 9 times the biggest numbers of immigrant influxes we saw in the 1890s through 1910 or so to the East Coast. And back then, you didn't get welfare. These people worked like slaves and helped build this country. Cheap labor did help build because we were an expanding frontier, had low taxes. Let's go to Krauthammer as we go to break on impeachment.
Look, I believe it is an impeachable offense. If the circumstances were different, if we were at the beginning of a presidency, if we hadn't had years when the Congress has been supine and unresponsive at other grabs of their authority by the executive, like Obama unilaterally changing Obamacare after it was passed about 30 times with no response from the Congress, the same as Obama essentially rewriting some of the drug laws. This idea of prosecutorial discretion is really a travesty. It is intended for extreme
All right, we're going to go to break, but, I mean, there you go. If you don't do this, it'll set the precedent that the House, the Senate, and the legislative and the states as well, and the courts, the judicial, just are vestigial, ceremonial nothings. I mean, that's it.
We're on the mark.